Urgent orders. So if we have an urgent requirement and we put in an order today, the buyer is not going to know about it. So the only way they'll really know about it is if it pops up in this urgent order box. And then they can click on it, they can see the part that they need, and then they can go and order it then. All right? Now, so over this side then here, this is probably the day-to-day side of it. So I can see at the moment, all the open orders I have in the system is 28 million euros worth of stuff. I can see that I have 168 different models. So that's different finished goods loaded on the system. And if I click on them, if someone said to me today, we need to build a load of 171 RFs, that second one there, I can see there's 140 parts in that model, and I can click on it and I can straight away see the stock for each component in that part and the usage at the moment on my system for the next 35 weeks. So again, it's a very quick way of saying, can we make more of them next week, yes or no? Before we had this, we used to spend a lot of time, the guy would, the person would actually run the part list, they'd look through all the components in the part list, they'd check the on-hand system manually, they'd check the open orders. It took a huge amount of time. Now if someone asks you that question, 2 minutes, you can say, yeah, we can make more of them, there's no issue there. So again, all the tools are designed to give all the information you need to do your job. Now from a supplier perspective, so again, this is what the buyer sees, but I'll just go into this first before I show you the supplier. So sustainability is huge now. It's huge now in manufacturing, and I suppose it's huge now in every organization. There's two things on sustainability on this. One is the country of origin. Because of what happened with COVID, where we couldn't get supplies from Asia, from loads of countries, it exposed a big risk to our business. And also because of sustainability, we don't want to be flying stuff in from China if we can get it somewhere in the UK or France or Germany or whatever. So as a company now, for every component we buy, we can see the country of origin. We can click on that, we can see what we're buying in China, we can click on that and you can see all the components you're buying in China. Again, this is all information that's filled in on the system, on System 21, so there's no one in the background doing any work on this whatsoever. Another KPI is obviously supplier performance. So I can click on that and I can see at the moment our company average is 73%. So 73% of the time our goods are coming in on time, correct quantity every time. If we want to click on that, then we can see the performance by supplier. So again, you can very quickly get to a supplier that's causing the issues and you can drill down, and a lot of times when you're having the discussions with the suppliers, they might say, that's not right, we're much better than that. We'll click on it and you can see every item that was bought, every item was ordered date, due date, and when it came in. So the information is all there, and it's factual information because it's based on when the item was received in on System 21. So there's no ambiguity whatsoever about this. It's factual. This is when it was ordered, this is when you said it would come in, and this is when it came in. So again, it's taken the arguments out of trying to manage a supply chain. Quality issues for any suppliers, you can click on them, you can see all your quality issues here. Now EcoVadis, I'm not sure, is anyone aware of EcoVadis? So EcoVadis is an international rated organisation for sustainability. I'm sure no one in this room is a sustainability expert, and I'm definitely not a sustainability expert. But I had to, because of new legislation that's coming in across Europe now, I had to make our supply chain as sustainable as possible. And the easiest way for me to do it was go to an outside company like EcoVadis. They rate our suppliers and then they give us the rating. So if I click on that, then I can see the supplier's name and I can see the rating that they've received from an audit across 4 fields. Now again, this is an outside agent that basically IMS pulled into my portal because I didn't want guys going onto a different portal to get information about sustainability or anything like that. So again, those two are now absolutely crucial to the business. They're part of the KPIs that we have to deliver on. Now, so what does the supplier see? Let me just click here. All right, so I'm a supplier and this is what I see. So from my point of view, I know that EI Electronics is sorry, no. Just do that again. Admin. Impersonate. Yeah, okay, sorry, that's what they say. Okay. So I can see, this is me, I'm a supplier. All my parts are in rest of world, okay? So basically that just means I haven't set them up yet, but it will populate and it'll show you the countries my parts are bought in. I can see my supplier rating for 2023 is 94%. If I want to click on it, I can click on it and I can see the amount of deliveries and the on-time information. I can see policies and contracts that are set up that I've agreed to. Any quality issues, I can click on it and I can see them here. And this is obviously a contentious issue because you want your supplier to see any quality issues very soon. Up to this point, it wasn't a case. It was a case that quality was over here, supply chain was over here, and the two, they'd meet but not as often. So now the supplier sees absolutely everything when they look at the portal then. But this ties back to the price increases. So what they see here is spend year to date. And this was always a great when our suppliers say, yeah, we've spent, you've spent 4.1 million with us. And we'd say, great. But now we could say, yeah, we spent 4.1 million with us. But 3 years ago, we would have spent 3.8 million with us because that's a price increase. So 333,000 of what we've spent with you is a price increase. What can you do about it? So it's a hugely powerful tool that the supplier has access to all the time. It's updated every hour. And before they come in to sit down with us and talk, they know this is what we're going to be talking about. So it's already happened. As I said, it's only the last couple of months we have this, but it's already happened that when the supplier comes in and sits down in front of you, they say to you, by the way, this is what we have on the price reductions. I see it's on your portal. So it gets to the punchline very, very fast and it saves an awful lot of. And also they're saying, this shouldn't be 94, we can get this up to 99, which is brilliant because we never had the information before to say, this is your rating.
And they can drill down and see where the 6% is.
Absolutely, absolutely. They can click on any of them there and they can see the performance, and then they can even click a lower level and they can see it by delivery. So absolutely everything is there. And again, the huge plus for me is that I don't have to maintain anything. This is just being pulled in every hour into the system. It's there if you want it. On the supplier side then, if you look here, if I go to suppliers, and if I go into view, I can actually see the last time they logged in on the system. And the reason that's important is because if we run out of a part and the supplier says to us, oh, we didn't know you were going to need so much of that, we can say, we've given you a portal for free, we've asked you to use it every week, you haven't logged on it in 2 weeks, so you're not giving us the support we need you to give. So the supplier, out of this deal, the supplier gets a great system and a great look into our requirements. But on the other side of it, what we demand from our suppliers is they use it. So for example, if I'm a supplier and I say, I wonder what EI are going to want for the next 35 weeks, this is specifically this supplier's list. It's by week. It's showing him every part that we buy off him, and it's showing him the quantity, and it's showing him when EI are going to go into red. So now the suppliers are actually coming to us and saying, you're going to go into red on week 28. You haven't given me an order yet. So it's nearly like instead of having 5 buyers, you have 50 buyers, 100 buyers all of a sudden, because they're coming along and telling you things that you should have done yesterday. And so the knock-on effect is it's spreading out your risk to your suppliers. If I'm a supplier for EI Electronics, I know if I want to increase my business, I stay on this portal. I look at all the tabs on this portal because that's what's important to EI. And as well as that, if I keep on top of it, I'm not going to lose any business then. So I think that just about concludes it. Has anyone any questions? Yeah.
You said you delivered your business requirements to IMS, and
yeah.
They've delivered the technical expertise. Great. This looks fantastic. Were they also able to bring some of their business experience to you and say, you've asked for this, but look, based on consulting with other customers, we recommend adding so and so and so and so. Not selling on, but actually giving you advice from a business perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a case that I just give the guys a document and then I'd come back in 2 months' time and it'd be delivered. Like we'd have very good, Simon would say to me, Bill, this is crazy. I mean, how are we going to do this? And then I'd say, but I still want it, Simon. And he'd say, well, if we change it this way, then we can give you the information.
So
And
it's
that's
not just the technical aspect.
absolutely not.
Right.
I mean, that would be no good for me because I'm a user. Like that sounds really bad, but I am a business user, but I've no idea how complicated these jobs are to do.
That's IMS's job, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
I've actually got, and I gave it to some of these guys at Wolverhampton University. I gave them a presentation based around the development of this before it's finished, and I gave them a copy of Bill's original sketch of the 4 screens. It was just like 4 blobs with a couple of bits of data on them, and they've just grown. I put the different stages as they developed, bouncing backwards and forwards between Bill, some of his team, our team, until we came up with the finished result. And this is iteration 5 because it's been evolved since. Because what's happening, Bill's saying, "Oh, can we have this?" And we're doing one at the moment about dual sourcing, about what if scenarios, spend by part. It's continually evolving around business and linking in to some of the finance systems as well, because obviously you want to make certain it all links to the accounts payable, stock control and everything else.
From a technology point of view, sorry, if anybody else had any other questions, dive in. From a technology point of view, is this all on-prem because you're talking to their systems, or are you sourcing out from their system?
So they're fortunate they've got a Power 9, so a lot of the data is maintained on the Power 9. We've got a hosted portal dedicated to them, a dedicated server which is running this, and the two are just working. Excuse me. At the moment we're playing around with having a real-time API for some of the data. At the moment Bill said it is every hour, which is a traditional batch process, but we're looking at, and we've nearly got ready to
because
to
you're
test.
on-prem with them, all the technologies, you can make those changes really quickly and easily, obviously for the right change process, but you can get delivered against what you want, fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
No problem.
How many suppliers have you got logging in?
At the moment on the live system we're up to about 90. It'll probably go up to around 200. I want every supplier on this because down the road my purchase orders are going to go through this. The reason I want to do that is the only way they're going to see it is they go onto the portal, and I want them to see the portal because I want them to see the likes of the price increases that we have registered against them.